I'm going to share with you the biggest mistake that I made when I started to notice hair loss. It caused me to lose most of the hair on the top of my head. It decreased the probability that I would actually be able to grow all of my hair back, and it's extended the length of time that it's taking for me to do so now. So without further ado, the biggest mistake that I've made is not finding out why I was losing my hair. I reacted probably like most people. I ignored it. I was in denial. I told myself that it wasn't really happening. That my haircut, like he must have went down lower, cut me down lower in this one area, or just something where maybe I just needed to brush my hair in the right direction. Whatever. I was in denial, and it cost me. Then when it started to get a little bit worse, I tried to conceal it. It's like, okay, well, this is actually happening. So let me just get my hair cut a little bit lower. Let me tell them, make sure it's blended in that area. Bad idea. Then I got to the point where I wanted more information. I wanted to know what my options were, and I talked to all the wrong people. I talked to my primary, who just gave me a general possibility of what could be happening, and really discouraged me from seeking any treatments or anything like that. I talked to a clinical nutritionist that was really no help at all. And just a variety of people that just didn't have the solutions that I needed. Because I tried a lot of things and none of them worked. So for the longest time, it was like I was just throwing mud at the wall to see what would stick. And I tried so many different creams and home remedies and things like that. And not to say that those things are bad, and they may even work for some of you, but for me they didn't work. So had I seen a dermatologist or a doctor specializing in hair loss, and received the diagnosis for why my hair was thinning and why I was losing my hair, would have helped me to make an educated decision on the treatment that I would pursue, or the treatment that I would use to help to regrow my hair. Without it, I was just lost in the dark, just trying to figure it out, trial and error, and that cost me 10 plus years of not being satisfied with the way that my hair looks. And just to think, in just a year, how much progress I've made with how much hair loss I sustained. So if I had done it back then, I probably would have never gotten to the point that I got to, which means that I would have been satisfied for at least the majority of that 10 plus years where my hair was patchy and or bald. And that's time that I can't get back. So that's where this mistake can be so costly, because you lose time, and the longer it goes on, the more you decrease the probability of you being able to grow your hair, the more things can get out of control and get worse. Now, I want to be completely honest with you. I may not have decided to do the treatments that I'm currently doing. I can see myself probably doing the red light therapy because it doesn't involve any form of drugs. But being properly educated on them and informed of the side effects ahead of time, I felt the risk reward was good enough for me to go ahead and give it a try, and it's turned out great so far. So, and it's been a year, so I haven't experienced any side effects, and I've gotten some really good results on my hair regrowth journey. I feel like I truly benefited, or could have benefited, from finding out early on that I had inflammation on my scalp. I mean, that was huge. That was a really big deal, because that actually caused me to change up some things, some habits, and with my nutrition, as well as like with my sleep and hydration, so I could purposely try to decrease inflammation. So it wasn't just me doing the treatment, but I also start to change different lifestyle habits that could be contributing to inflammation on my scalp. But I will get into that on another video. I mean, I can't help but to look back and think, like, when I first noticed it, it was just a small spot on the top of my head that was barely noticeable. And had I just addressed it then by going to get a professional examination of my scalp to find out what was happening, then it could have saved me just so much time and frustration with my hair. Waiting was a huge mistake for me. The denial and delay allowed the alopecia to get a lot worse. It went from being just a tiny spot on my head to being the majority of the top of my head and the crown of my head. Without having a diagnosis, I wasted a lot of time and money trying treatments that just didn't work, and quite frankly may have contributed to the inflammation that I had on my scalp. So my advice to you, if you are just now starting to notice that your hair is thinning, or that you're finding patches of hair missing in your head, or you're fully bald and have been so for some time, is don't wait any longer. If you can, go and see a specialist and find out what is causing it. And it's not, even if you don't want to grow your hair back, you want to have a healthy scalp, you want to have healthy skin, because your scalp, your skin, that's, it's an organ. You want to make sure that all of your organs are functioning optimally. So even if you are not going to have your hair back, you can at least have the healthiest scalp possible. And I know you may be thinking like, well, I can see my head, see my scalp because I'm bald, or I'm looking at this patch and it doesn't look like there's any irritation. Let me tell you, my head looks smooth. It did not look like I had anything going on, but it under the magnifying glass that she used to show me my scalp, you can see the irritation under that magnifying glass. I mean, it was red. It was, clearly swollen and looked irritated, but it did not look like that to the naked eye. And that's something that's not healthy. So you want to address that. You don't want to waste time, money, effort in treatments that aren't addressing the actual issue that's causing you to lose your hair. So if you got something on this video, make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment below. Catch you on the next video.